When it's Tuesday afternoon and you don't know what to do and you're a lawyer in San Antonio and you're in your studio and you're going to watch videos of real courtroom stuff and make comments about it. Hello, guys. My name is David Volk. I'm a board-certified criminal defense attorney by the National Board of Trial Advocacy. I've been a special prosecutor in 3 different counties. I'm watching video of here in Bexar County and commenting. Now, this particular judge, she's all over TikTok. She's all over YouTube Shorts. I don't have any pending cases in front of her to my knowledge. I won't be making any specific personal observations about the people involved, but I do like to discuss the content of some of the conversations. And today we have a defendant that wanted to get rid of her lawyer, who I consider to be a very good lawyer, and is trying to get Judge Boyd to appoint somebody else. And I want you to hear what she says about lawyers and the legal profession. Very, very important. All right. So here we go.
All right, Miss Mendoza, come down.
More.
Come on down.
Hello. So, counsel, have you received all discovery?
Judge, I have. I'm here because Ms. Mendoza requested that I withdraw. And in the past, I had always brought those to the court's attention. I generally see the court reject it. But recently, the new thing that is done over at the jail is they request you withdraw. Then they file a bar complaint against you. And then 20 hours later, as a lawyer, they reject the bar complaint. They end up getting another lawyer who doesn't do any better. And you've spent 20 hours of your time. I've done this 2 to 3 times in the last.
Oh, no, here's the thing.
Here we go.
Miss Mendoza.
Here comes the judge.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 31.
All right, so if you want an attorney, then you need to, if you want a different attorney, you need to hire an attorney. Do you understand?
Okay, I understand, but he's basically telling me like these classes don't.
No. Here's the thing.
Here's
Let me
the
explain something to you.
Love it.
And this is me talking to you as somebody who's been a defense attorney, somebody who's been a prosecutor.
Okay.
Sometimes I would have clients who would think that what they're telling me would help their case. And it wouldn't. It had nothing to do with the price of peaches.
Ooh.
But it's always nice for clients to take classes while they're in custody, to try to get their life in order, so that maybe if an agreement is worked out, that's something that can be presented to the judge. In this court, this is the process.
All right, so let me unpack that. The defense attorney told the judge, look, this lady wants me to withdraw. I'm trying to stay in front of any issues. And so what I don't want is to allow her to withdraw, and then she files a bogus bar complaint, and then me as a lawyer, not me, but this guy, as a lawyer then has to spend time and effort defending the bar complaint, only for another lawyer to do a similar job. And that's what his point is. So he's smart to bring it up to the court, and that way kind of flush it all out. Notice he's being respectful. He's not disparaging the client. He didn't make any personal attacks. He didn't say she's crazy. He didn't say she's unreasonable. Nothing like that. So that was good. I love her responses. You don't like this lawyer? Go hire any lawyer you want. So in the court-appointed system in Bexar County, there's a wheel of private attorneys who've essentially agreed to be on this list. And it's been taken over by another process called the Managed Assigned Counsel. But essentially, this guy is a private lawyer with his own law practice, with his own hired clients, probably does other stuff too, and is willing to take on these court appointments at a very, it's a much less fee he'd get than if he was hired. A lot of lawyers do that. I don't. I haven't done them for quite some time, but some lawyers do, which is great. He's a good attorney. I've known him for a long time, and I know the guy knows what he's doing. And you can tell just in the way that he talks that he understands kind of how things are. But what she says is, look, hey, then go get somebody else. But you got to hire them. The county's not going to pay for it. I'm not going to pay for it. You pay for it. Notice the defendant doesn't say, okay, yeah, give me some time to hire an attorney. I'm going to go talk to Joe Smith. She immediately starts to say, well, he's saying my classes are no good or something like that. And then the judge says, look, as a prosecutor and as a defense attorney, sometimes clients would tell me things, and it really wasn't relevant to their case, but they would tell me anyways. The only thing I would disagree with the judge there is sometimes clients tell you stuff that you don't think at first glance is important, but then it's super important. It may be important in terms of evidence. It may be important in terms of how the client's thinking. Ultimately, you got to kind of get in the client's head to kind of figure out where the case is headed and what needs to be done to resolve it for them. So let's go back to Judge Boyd. So far, I like what she's saying. I like how everybody's comporting themselves.
I make sure that the defense has all of the discovery. What does that mean, discovery? It means that he's been given everything that the state has
Police
about your
reports,
case so that he can
videos.
properly prepare for your case. Then I require that the state make an offer to the defense, and then the defense is ethically obligated to present that offer to you.
Good or bad. So if it's prison time, he's got to tell her. If it's probation, he's got to tell her. If it's a reduction to a misdemeanor, he's got to tell her. If it's a dismissal, obviously he wants to tell her that.
And then you can either reject it or accept it. If you accept it, then there will be a plea agreement. I will accept the plea. If you reject it and you all are not able to come to an agreement, then it will be set for trial.
Okay.
Here's the problem that I see a lot with people who are charged with cases.
Here we go.
They think that attorneys, all we do is talk. They don't think there's anything behind that. But guess what? Every attorney that you see in here, one at least has an undergraduate degree.
Of course. You can't be a lawyer without a minimum of undergraduate and a degree from a accredited law school and pass the bar exam.
Then they had to go to law school. And when you see attorneys talking, there's knowledge about the legal world and experience based upon their life and based upon what they have done.
Okay.
So just
You're
like
right.
you wouldn't go to a doctor if you needed a heart surgery, I guarantee you wouldn't be telling that doctor. And I know you're not listening to me, but I don't believe you would be telling that doctor how to do a heart surgery. I don't think you'd be handing to that doctor and saying, "Hey, let me show you this paperwork where I went to go to listen to somebody speak about something." And you wouldn't expect that heart surgeon to say, "You know what, you're right. This is how I'm going to do that surgery."
I'll tell you, I do know people that might tell a heart surgeon how to do surgery, but I think she gives a good example. She's saying, look, this is outside of your knowledge base. Unless you're a lawyer yourself, you may want to listen to what your attorney says before you start criticizing what he or she is telling you.
But for some people, some reason, people feel the legal profession, just anybody can do it. And you know what? If anybody could be in the legal profession, then we wouldn't have law schools, and then anybody could have their bar card, and anybody could do what
that would be-
attorneys do.
That would be crazy.
So what I'm telling you is, this is not Burger King. If you want your own attorney, that's the way to get Burger King service. The way you want it, you go out and hire an attorney. And I guarantee you, when you hire that attorney, he or she will tell you there are a few things that as a defendant, you have a choice over.
All right. So let me pick it up from here. She then goes into, hey, look, if you're charged with a crime, you have the right to testify or not testify. So even if the lawyer says you should not take the stand in your trial, you're going to mess up your case, it's ultimately the client's right whether or not they're going to testify in their case. Also, the election of punishment. If they want a judge to hear their case in terms of punishment, if it gets there, or a jury. And so those are things that those are always the client's purview. But what she mentions later, and I'll move along. She says trial strategy, the witnesses that you call, the type of evidence that you're going to present, that's up to the lawyer. Okay? So when you hire a lawyer, you got to remember how the case is tried is up to he or she, ultimately. Now, whether or not you testify and whether you go to a judge or jury for the guilt innocence phase, the punishment phase, things like that, that is the client really makes the call on that. They're the boss on that. So anyways, I'm glad to have done my first full-length YouTube reaction video today. I want to thank all the subscribers of the channel. We have almost 10,000 subscribers that came out of nowhere just from YouTube Shorts. Again, I'm not making any comments specifically about this judge, these lawyers, this defendant, this case, because I practice in Bexar County. I just wanted to highlight what Judge Boyd said specifically about lawyers. The fact of the matter is that it is a profession. It's just like any other profession, medicine, science, accounting. It does require skill. Not just anyone can do it. There's good and bad out there. Not every lawyer is a perfect specimen. I get that. Not every case is perfect. We got to work with the facts that we're given. Not every lawyer is 100% ethical in everything that they do. But I will tell you, in Bexar County, which is where I practice predominantly, especially the criminal defense bar, we've got a very good criminal defense bar because a lot of us came up at a time where there were lots of jury trials. And so Bexar County's criminal defense bar has tried a lot more cases than some of the neighboring counties that I work in. And same with the plaintiff's bar, which is the civil litigation plaintiff's bar is excellent too. So anyways, thank you for subscribing to Dude Boys. We've got comedy. We've got legal advice. We've got reactions now. We've got fun videos, travel videos. And when it's Monday and you don't know what to do, and this is what you got to do, you got to watch Judge Boyd and learn about the law. Take care, everybody.